Hello. Okay, next tutorial. This tutorial is meant to be for the main mask from the game Call of Duty Ghosts, if that's right. Basically, that on the main cover of the game, this seems to be the most famous image of the look of Call of Duty that I'm aware of. I'm not overly familiar with the game. I've only ever recently played Call of Duty Black Ops 2, so I'm still learning about this whole franchise, so forgive me if any of this is wrong, but yeah, I had a lot of requests in the past for this particular look, so I'll flash on screen now the first few people that requested it. Obviously, I can't shout out everyone, or this video would go on forever, so yeah, here they are. And the very first person that requested it was OJ Rankin. I'll pop your name there, so thank you so much, but thank you everyone that requested this look. It's a really fun one to do. It's relatively simple as well. There's not much involved, aside from the ball cap, obviously. But yeah, as I said, I hope I did this look justice because it's not something I'm overly familiar with, so yeah, I hope I got it all right. But yeah, so if you'd like to see how to recreate this look, stay tuned. So the first things I'm going to do is block out my eyebrows, and I'm going to be applying a plain latex ball cap, which isn't absolutely necessary. I just think it will kind of ruin the look to have hair. It's meant to be like this kind of balaclava-y thing, I think, so yeah, hair might ruin it. Yeah, so I'm going to apply a ball cap, block out my eyebrows. I'll pop two links here to tutorials I've done previous to this to teach you guys how to do both those things if that's the way you want to go about it, and to make this video that much shorter. So I'm going to do both those things and get back to you. So there we go. So I've applied my ball cap, blocked out my eyebrows, and I've gone along the edge of my ball cap with some liquid latex just to blend the edge in. And also, as you can see, I've gone over my ears because I think ears might ruin this look a little bit. So to start off with, I'm going to take a Snazaroo white watercolour. The reason I'm using a watercolour, not a cream, is just because I don't want to blend it. I'm more going to like thatch it and make it really scratchy outwards, and it's going to look messy, but on purpose, hopefully. But yes, I'm going to start off by mapping out a simple skull shape, not working on the edges at all because I want to do the black first. So I'm just going to apply that on my face in a rough skull pattern and we'll go from there. Then before I do any of the other details, I'm going to take a Snazaroo black watercolour and I'm going to apply that all around my face, leaving a tiny little edge between the white because that's where I'm going to thatch it in, but all of this area here and my neck needs to be black. I'm going to do my chest area last, I think. Then I'm going to take the same black watercolour and again paint fairly neatly. It doesn't matter about the shape too much because after it's all dried I'm going to start messing it up a bit, but to get the basic shape I'm going to paint around my eyes in the black, down the centre of my face and the nose area. Just going to add a tiny bit more of the white watercolour down here. Then I'm going to use something that's a little bit unorthodox. I'm going to use an actual paintbrush, so a regular wall painting paintbrush. Now, the reason for that is it's because of the sharp bristles, and the idea is to dip it in the neat colour of the black or the white, whichever, and then I'm going to strike it downwards so it just gives that really sketchy effect on the outside. So that's how I'm going to make all of this shaped. So I've got the basic shape of what I want, but obviously it's going to change a lot. So I'm going to work with the black first. So I'm going to take the black neatly, and as you see, it gives this really, really scratchy effect, which is what I want. So I'm going to not work inwards and outwards, I'm going to work purely outwards and stroke the brush downwards. It does go all the way through in some places. Try not to ruin the shape too much. You want to mainly concentrate on the outside edge. And also don't add any water with the colour. Just use the colour neat on its own. Just dip it into the paint and then go. So there we go. So once you've done that, I'm going to go again with the same brush I've cleaned obviously, and I'm going to go in with the white and do exactly the same thing in the same direction, just trying to shape it as close to the picture as you can possibly get it. Don't worry about the middle for now, I'm going to use a smaller brush for that later. And with this one, work in the opposite direction, so you're in the white, starting the white and then sweep the colour outwards, going completely down. So here you'd go up, here you'd go down, just start white outwards. Then I'm just going to take the black watercolour again on the same brush used to paint this whole area, and I'm just going to round up the eye a tiny bit. Both of the eyes, even though they're quite scratchy, underneath and towards the tear duct of the eyes, they are quite rounded. So just the sockets of the eyes. So I'm just going to try and neaten that up a tiny bit. Try not to get too hung up on making this look symmetrical, because yes, the general shape is symmetrical, but it's really not overall meant to be symmetrical. Like the Rorschach, the ink block test, the other makeup I did for Watchmen, it's meant to be just like, I think, one side pushed together, so it's not going to be completely symmetrical, is it? That's what I think anyway. So for the centre part of the face, I've got a new paintbrush which I've just cut the bristles off at the base, so it's really, really stiff. I'm just going to use it this way up. I'm just going to start with the black, and I'm going to, as before, just stroke this downwards, stopping at the nose because I'm going to do something else there, and then carry the pattern on downwards. Then again with the white, but I'm also going to do a bit more around the mouth, dragging it downwards, so yeah. Then I just took a regular blush and the white watercolour, and I just went down here on my mouth just to manipulate the colour a little bit and make it go in the fashion I want to match the image as much as possible. So for the nose and the areas close to Mars, I don't really want to go too close with a paintbrush. I'm going to use a thing called a fan brush, a mascara fan brush. I think these are by Supercover, but if you haven't got these, you can just use a really fluffy brush that's really fine. Yeah, really fluffy and fine and fairly stiff, which is the reason why I'm using this. It's like a mini paintbrush, really. But instead of using it for mascara, I'm going to dip it in the black watercolour, and I'm going to use it the same as I had before, just using it in the smaller areas to fan the colour outwards. Then I'm going to work on the cracks. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's about 5 random cracks going along the face. There's one in the temple, one across the top of the head, one going right across the face, and it spirals off. Yeah, so for that I'm going to use a Collection 2000 Extreme Eyeliner pen in black. I love these things. I use them all the time. You shouldn't have to go over it more than once. They need to be really thin. The idea is to start thick and then taper it off in a very like a tree root fashion, so it just tapers off completely. Then I'm going to take the paintbrush that I used the first time and the white, and I'm going to add some water to it. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to flick it in one direction at this side, mainly around the eye, so it spackers a little bit of the colour like that. I'm just going to do a little bit in this eye as well. Then I'm going to use some Maybelline Eye Studio Lasting Drama Gel Eyeliner in their number 1, the Intense Black, and I'm just going to use that under waterline of both my eyes to make them look extra dark, so there's no colour in there at all. Then for the rest of this, I'm just going to paint my chest area, my shoulders black. Obviously, you'd probably wear, I don't know, you wouldn't wear a black morph suit, I suppose. You'd probably wear a, if you were doing a Call of Duty cosplay, you'd wear the whole full-on attire with the guns and stuff, I suppose, wouldn't you, in the army gear? I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to paint my body black just because I'm wearing a ball cap. It looks all streamlined and, yeah, more silhouette-y. Final step is to pop in a pair of black sclera lenses, which again aren't completely necessary. I just don't like looks where you have to have your eyes closed for the look to work, so I think if I pop in some full black sclera lenses, it'll make it look complete, but up to you guys. They're actually from eyesbright.com. I'll pop the link in the description bar below. They're called their saber-tooth lenses if any of you want to know more about them. So yeah, I'm going to pop them in and see what we get. So there we go. So that's the look with the lenses in. Kind of adds an element of creepiness to the look, as most of my tutorials tend to have. And before I finish this tutorial off, I just want to give a quick shout out to a friend of mine who's actually currently teaching me how to play Call of Duty Black Ops 2 on the Xbox, which is a really big challenge on its own because I'm terrible at that kind of game. So yeah, special shout out to my friend Cody. Hey, thank you so much for your help. So yeah, that's my Call of Duty Ghosts makeup tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like it, please make sure you know the usual, rate, comment, subscribe and all that jazz, because it really does help me out. And yeah, so until next time. Bye.